Well, welcome back to Open Line. I'm Chuck Long here with attorney Kevin Kennedy from the Kennedy Law Firm. So many of you calling in this evening, and we always like to make sure that we thank you because you make so many great questions, or you call in with so many great questions, and that tends to help a lot of other people that are probably going to ask something similar or the same kind of question.
And you know, Chuck and I were talking during the break about people coming up to us. You're always welcome to speak to us wherever we're out, because we really do love it. Chuck does such a great job. He's fun and he's a genuine guy, so I really appreciate doing this show with you, Chuck.
Well, I always say this is like, you know, my master class in the law.
He'll be a lawyer when we get finished with him.
So, well, we do appreciate so many people calling in this evening. We do want to get back to the lines right now, so we appreciate your patience. We appreciate those calls. Tony, we appreciate your patience. Do you have a question or a comment for Kevin?
I'm on TV.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You said, are you ready to hear me?
We're ready for you, Tony.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, I had a medical procedure done back in 2017, August. And when I went to get this procedure done, it was vascular. For some reason, I got my meniscus torn up, and I got a bed sore. Now, I got a football injury, and I'm anesthetized. Is there anything I can do against the doctor?
Well, you know, in Tennessee, you have a 1-year statute of limitations. So if that one happened in 2017, the statute of limitations is already run if you hadn't filed anything. So thank you for that. And the word to the wise is, if you have a procedure, you got to move on it immediately. And what you have to prove is there's been a deviation of the standard of care in that medical community. And if there has, and you have damages, then you have a lawsuit and have a claim. Also in Tennessee, you need a medical professional to do an affidavit, and they state that they believe that there has been a deviation. That's your expert, and then of course, you know, the hospital will have their expert, but that at least gets the thing started so you can file.
And always remember that 1 year is that,
That's it. Yeah. And don't wait till the end of the year. Move immediately. Once you recognize there's a problem, move. And again, many times the lawyers like my office, they settle these cases before they're ever filed.
All right. So I know we were kind of waving at some people across the studio because you're going to be joining Southern Woods and Waters after this show.
I can't wait to get on the Southern Woods and Waters. It's going to be exciting. So
that is going to be fun. So if you're watching now, make sure you stay tuned. Right after we finish Open Line, Kevin is going to be on the Southern Woods and Waters set. So that's going to be a lot of fun. All right. So we're going back to the phones though right now, and again, we appreciate all the calls that we've had this evening. We're going to Paul right now. Paul, thank you for calling in this evening. Do you have a question or a comment for Kevin?
I believe it's a question, sir.
All righty, go ahead.
I want to know about the, is it called the Ethics Board, or is the Board of Professional Development or Professional Ethics? Yeah,
they use that kind of synonymously and interchangeably, but you're correct, sir.
Well, here's my problem. I was in a car accident in 2017, and I was reading it. I hired this law firm on TV. They said they was going to take care of it. I didn't hear anything for 6 months. I kept calling. I just showed up at the office one day, and the attorney that was signing the case actually got upset with me because I just showed up. I just said I just showed up to find out what the status of my case.
Right.
Then this went on. I didn't hear anything. I was getting close to my statute of limitation, which I knew was 1 year.
You're on it.
I was 72 hours from that 1 year.
Ooh.
So I called and saying, hey, you know what, are you going to get a file? Are you going to get this file? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Finally, they got a file the day before, and that's because I called the courthouse to find out. They don't contact me. I know it sounds like I'm trying to push them, but I'm not. I think I've been more than patient with them. In July, they told me that they had sent my package to a what is he called, mediator?
Yes.
So I waited 60 days after that, and I called them back, and I was told they're getting the package ready. I said, but, you know, I record all my phone calls. I got all my emails. You told me in July that it was sent there. Now you're saying you got to send it. And their excuse was, we had a change in our paralegal. But that, to me, that shouldn't have stopped if it was already there.
Yes.
So I have really given up. I don't call them. It's just I don't care. When I got the bills, I paid them myself. But I want to see if that's something that I can bring to the ethics board and say, look, I think these people, you know, even though I ain't paying no money, you know, mess me over.
Yeah. Well, a person always has the right to do that, but you know, I always like to say, if I was having those questions, everything that you said was reasonable. And if Chuck had a case or I had a case, we're going to call them. We don't want to be rude. We'd like to know what is the status. Just tell me. And if you want to handle the case, let's talk about it. And if not, then let me pick up my file and go to another lawyer and try. It's the same thing if you went to the doctor and you went in and you said, well, I'd like to see my test results, and if they were rude to us, then I'd say, okay, then just give me my records and let me go see another doctor. So what you've said is very reasonable, sir.
Absolutely. So we do appreciate that call. I know it helped a lot of folks. All right, we are going to the lines again. If you do have a question or comment, we don't have a lot of time left in the show this evening, so make sure you get on the line with us as quickly as possible. But
yes, sir.
Go ahead, Carl. Yeah. Carl, you're on the line.
All right. I was married for 32 years, and my wife took me to a lawyer. My son is my POA, and she got me when he wasn't around, and I was in the pain clinic at the time, so I was under the influence, and so was she. And she was threatening me, like, if you don't divorce me, I'm going to kick y'all out of the house and put y'all on the street and all that. But her daddy has got money, and I'm disabled, and I just didn't know, you know, my son said he looked on the internet and said that that's illegal in the state of Tennessee.
It is. Okay. Well, and really what that is, that's undue influence. So you were forced to do things that really wasn't what you had on your mind with a free will, and you could file a petition and set that aside. You need to also, there's certain statute of limitations. You can't sit on your rights. You got to move.
All right, so we do appreciate that call. So we're basically out of time. We've just got about 30 seconds before we go to our final break. So kind of overview, we've had a lot of varying calls. One of the things that this just reminds me of is how much knowledge truly you have in so many different areas. I mean, I'm amazed. Seriously.
If we are working and we are everybody's got children and grandchildren, you've got neighbors, they've all got these problems. And so identify the issues, help identify what is the problem, and then we try to evaluate what solutions are available. So the more you discuss it, the better understanding that everyone has.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, a lot of you asked for the number on how you can contact Kevin, so we'll be back with that right after this last break.